Please welcome back to the stage, Fred Knight.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to welcome back, both you, of course, and Avaya to the keynote stage at Enterprise Connect, because no company has played such a pivotal and leading role in all things related to enterprise communications and collaboration. It's a particular pleasure for me today to introduce our next speaker because, like me, he's a graduate of the University of Minnesota. So whatever you're thinking, trust me, he's a good guy. Brett Shockley has an extensive portfolio. He's responsible for Avaya's contact center, as well as its UC applications. He is in charge of its cloud initiatives and also has Avaya Labs research under his domain as well. Today he's going to talk about an array of tools and technologies and systems and about the role of the cloud in delivering them. So hopefully at the end of this presentation, the cloud will be a much less nebulous topic. No, I'm serious about that. Please join me in welcoming Avaya's Senior Vice President and General Manager for Applications and Emerging Technologies, Brett Shockley. Nice.
Good luck. Thanks, Fred. Great to see you. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here in Orlando. You know, I've worked with dozens of you over the past year because I'm keenly interested in how you're using communication and collaboration technologies, both inside your enterprise and to engage with your customers in a more productive manner. Today I'm going to talk about 4 topics. The first topic is the problem with presence. Productivity or productivity drain. Second, consumerization of collaboration. There are wonderful tools in the consumer world, wonderful toys in the consumer world. I'm personally interested in how we can take advantage of these in the enterprise. And third, video. How do we move video from being a tool for the select few to a pervasive productivity tool for all of us in the enterprise and with our customers? And finally, how do we speed the pace of adoption? All kinds of great new applications. How do we get them out there more quickly? These are the topics I'm going to talk about, but first I'd like to reflect back just a minute on the last few years. We've talked about things like SIP, mobility, and gaming. I'm happy to report that SIP, trunking in the industry, is growing at 56% a year, and at Avaya, it's growing at 240% quarter over quarter. We're getting to real scale with SIP and session management. We have customers with over 170,000 users on a single Avaya Aura session management system. Mobility. Do you believe we have 18 million soft clients deployed today? And in the last quarter alone, 500,000 licenses were activated. Gaming. It is real in the enterprise. In fact, we've had orders of over $1 million for gaming in the enterprise, believe it or not. You've helped Avaya lead the industry. You've helped us think about our organic development, where we should make our investments. You've also helped us think about where we should invest in new businesses to bring in and make a part of Avaya. In the last year, Sapira for secure session border controller technology, Oryx for amazing speech analytics technology, and our most recent announcement, our intent to acquire RadVision, one of the most widely deployed and interoperable video technologies on the planet, and a real source of innovation. So where do we stand today? Talk about information overload. You exchange 27,000 emails a year. You know what? That would be 105 emails a day if you didn't work weekends. And of course, you're sending a lot of text messages as well. Millennials, 88 text messages a day, and they're coming to work for you now. And the only thing these millennials use email for? To talk to old people. Me, I exchange almost 70,000 emails a year and another 15,000 text messages because, let's face it, it's the only way I get to talk to my kids. But that's only part of the problem. When I first got started in this industry, I thought I was something special because I had a 10 megabyte hard drive. Today I've got a 500 gig drive, it's running out of space, and I still can't find what I need. But the real problem comes home to roost at 9:04 a.m. I'm running from the conference room, I'm headed up to my office, I'm out of breath. The phone's ringing, people are texting me to join the meeting. I'm trying to find the right bridge, the most recent version of the document, and the last two people that are missing from the phone call. We've just wasted the first 10 minutes of that meeting. I thought that presence was supposed to solve this problem. Isn't it one of the key things that unifies unified communications? But there's a problem with presence. It's just not enough. It's mostly about making it easy for people to interrupt you. It's not about making you more productive. And what do those red, yellow, and green jelly beans mean, really? I don't know about you, but I just ignore them and send messages anyway. Does away really mean that you're not there or that you just haven't touched the keyboard in the last 5 minutes? You could be in a very productive meeting like these Avaya Labs researchers. Or you could be in this meeting where they're present, but they're multitasking and clearly not engaged. I think we've all been in that meeting. The reality is that many collaboration tools are actually wasting our time. Our industry has done a great job at creating all kinds of technology over the last 10 years, but the reality is that it still requires you to tie it together and make it truly unified. That's a problem. In fact, all these technologies are missing something very essential. They're missing the context of what's relevant to you right now. It occurred to me that if we did some focus groups with the real power players in any organization and asked them about the tools and the process that they use to make their bosses as productive as they possibly could be, we'd get some important clues about how we could make collaboration much more productive. Meet my executive assistant, Cece. During each meeting, she's busy queuing up the next meeting. She's getting the schedule organized. She's getting the people, the information tools ready for the next meeting. She's out gathering the documents, and if you know me, my Diet Coke. She's greeting people, she's getting them to the right meeting, she's dialing into the bridges. And when it gets to be the top of the hour, if Cece has everything I need for a productive meeting, guess what? We start the meeting right on time with everything we need. But how often does that happen? More often, everybody gets to wait as the last few pieces come together. It's great for me. I get 10 extra minutes to think or to squeeze in an important phone call. But that's not the best way to be productive. And it occurred to me that this is not just a senior executive problem. If you have back-to-back meetings, you're stuck solving this problem yourself. Not everybody has a CC. So my goal became to figure out how I could save you the first 5 to 10 minutes of every hour. Presence clearly can't do what CC does. It has limited context, and it's interrupt-driven. CC is aware. She knows what's relevant to me, the who, the where, the when, and the why. She uses that information to make me more productive. By myself, like most executives, I'm a lost cause. In short, awareness is about bringing together the right people with the right information at the right time. Awareness is a new technology from Avaya that delivers extraordinary user experiences. It tracks your communication and collaboration activity. It knows who's important when, the conversations that you're engaged in, the documents that you're using and collaborating around, and the relationship of all of these to your schedule over time. Creating an extraordinary user experience across all of your devices and applications, a complete system, and helping you save that first 10 minutes of every hour. 10 minutes out of every hour, that adds up to 15 days a year. You could finally take that beach vacation. Or in my case, I could go swimming with the sharks. A little later, I'll share with you a great website to go to if you'd like to book some adventure travel. Now let me show you an example about how Avaya is using awareness to deliver an amazing collaboration experience. with the next generation of Avaya Aura conferencing and the Avaya Flare experience currently in trial and available broadly this summer. I'd like to invite Mr. Bill Zakowski to join me on the stage here and help me with this demo. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Brett.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
What are we going to do today?
Today we're going to have a very important customer meeting. We need to go out to dinner. We want to have a great experience, Brett.
Dinner. I can do dinner. That sounds great. You know, I think we should probably get the sales team together and figure out, what this customer likes, make sure we take them to the right place.
Yeah, they would know
fine
best.
Dining or something else.
Yeah, they would know best, Brett.
Okay. Let me just go over here to my Avaya Flare experience on Windows. And here I've got, I've got like 5,000 contacts, and I don't remember that last person that's in the account team that we want to bring along. So I'm going to switch to my smart contacts, which takes a look at all the people I'm communicating with, who's above me and below me in the organization, people that I work for as well as the people that work for me. And it's also got the people that we're supposed to have dinner with tonight in here because they're relevant right now. So let me bring Deb Klein in here. She's our account manager. I don't think I need Chris or Kevin. Let's bring Laura Bassett in. Oh, Praveen, he's the one I forgot. Sorry, Praveen. And Bill, you're the last one. You've noticed as I bring new people into the spotlight, every time I add someone, the number of people that are relevant to the cross-section of all of us changes. And so now we're down to you, Bill. So let me just bring everybody together onto the call.
Here's the call coming in on my iPad.
Okay, great. So you're on your iPad. You're part of the call. And Bill, where's the information about the restaurants that we've got?
You know, Laura sent you an email. It's an attached message.
An email. You know, I've got 35,000 emails. I might have to go and search for that and see if I can find out.
You know, Brett, Avaya Aura Conferencing took the attachment from that email and pushed it to your smart contacts folder.
Well, that's good because when I typed dinner into search, it really was of no help. Why don't I take a look here in our Avaya Aura Conferencing application. And I'll check the smart library because we should both have that document because awareness knows that we might need that today. Oh, here it is, diner menus. You know, I don't think we need a reservation at a diner.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's spelled wrong. But, you know, instead of me sharing that document, I think what I'm going to do is I'd like to push that document, or I'd like to have you bring that document up. I'll make you a presenter. And so now you have the ability to bring up the...
There it is. You know, I don't think this first restaurant's a good idea, Brett. My wife and I had a big fight, ended in a nasty divorce. We can't go there. As I look through these, you know, that third restaurant, Brett, really good food, a little pricey. Bring a lot of 20s. You need to tip everybody. You know, I think that...
Hey, Bill, you know, I just used this great new feature of Avaya Aura Conferencing where anybody who's on the conference can jump ahead or jump back. You know, a lot of people have ADHD like me. We can't wait. And so I jumped ahead to the end here, and I see this great restaurant, the Full Tilt Cafe. And I'm sure this customer would love their yak barbecue. What do you think?
I see it here. I'd like the yak barbecue.
Okay, I think we should do that. All right. You know, let me just end this conference. There we go. And Bill, did you get that 2-minute warning on your iPad?
I did get that warning, Brett. You know, that's like a 2-minute warning in football. Even though the moderator has dropped off the call, I can still have everyone collaborate and take over the conference call.
What a great option. I can think of lots of conference calls where the moderator drops or their cell phone drops them and everybody has to get logged off and start all over again.
That's exactly why we did it, Brett.
What a great feature. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've just shown you a full multimedia scenario, but awareness helps more than multimedia, complex interactions. It also helps with the mundane things that we do every day. Think about when you're driving down the freeway. You whip out your cell phone, you're trying to get into a meeting, you're looking up the meeting ID and password, you're trying to avoid running into that bridge abutment. Oh, come on, you all do it, right? I know I do it. Think about what happens when you put awareness behind that call. You just press the speed dial button, the software automatically looks at your calendar, sees that you're scheduled to be in 3 meetings at the same time, but it looks through the content of the meetings and it sees that only one of them are you scheduled to be the host of, so that's the one it offers you. All you do is say, yes, that's the one, and you're in the conference. So awareness is something that can be applied both to very complete multimedia scenarios as well as to very simple things that we do every day. Now I'd like to talk about consumerization of collaboration. You know, it used to be that communication technologies migrated from the enterprise to the consumer, but now it's the other way around. And I'm intensely interested in how we're using those consumer applications and their relevance to the enterprise. There's a lot to be learned. Applications like Foursquare, so my friends can see that I've checked into the newest, trendiest restaurant, because that's important to me. World of Warcraft, or Words with Friends. Pinterest, which instantly creates ad hoc groups. Find My Car, or perhaps we need an application to find Fred Knight at the Gaylord Palms. And innovative new collaboration applications are showing up in the consumer world every single day. Seriously, we should be that creative in the enterprise. In fact, employees feel that they have better technology at home than they do at work. That's why they're bringing those tablets to work. There will be 75 million new tablets shipped in 2012 alone. We have 800 million smartphones. They're running 500,000 applications. And you anarchists want to bring those applications to work. Are you crazy? Of course you're not. You want to bring them to work because they make you more productive. But if we're going to solve for consumerization of collaboration, we'd better care for the consumerization of IT as well. Because you're going to want to bring all of your devices to work and use them as productivity tools. Take Fluor Engineering, a Fortune 500 engineering and construction firm with over 41,000 employees around the globe. You know, a company building petrochemical plants might seem like the last place you'd expect to see iPads. But Fluor has embraced Flare as a way to keep their teams connected to the devices that they prefer. The collaboration features of Flare and the strength of the underlying Avaya Aura infrastructure are giving Fluor new ways to communicate and new ways to engineer their solutions with their customers. But if 80% of the Fortune 100 are deploying iPads, why is it that 77% of CIOs view consumerization of IT as a business risk? We get it, and that's why we're doing something about it. There are a lot of paradoxes with consumerization of IT. Bandwidth versus productivity, your desire versus security, speed versus reliability and management. You know, management and monitoring are a very important topic in this area. If you think about our world, if you're a global company, you might have had 1,000 PBXs in the past. Today, you have a system that's 1,000 times as big. That changes what you need to do to be able to manage that. And bring your own device multiplies that problem. So we're spending a lot of time on this particular issue. Our Avaya Virtual Enterprise Network architecture automatically recognizes devices, people, corporate policies to make it easy. And we're investing time in things that may seem a little mundane to some, like monitoring, so you can figure out what's going on. You ever had one of those phone calls? Some executive makes a phone call from New York to Sydney. The call goes across your network, maybe across 2 or 3 carriers on the way there, and they have a bunch of noise on the line, and they call the help desk and say, I just had a terrible call. What happened? Can you fix it? If it happens again, why don't you call us back? We're building technology into our phones, into our gateways, into our session management products, so we can track a call like that across all those network segments, and we can tell if the carrier is marking the packets from Sydney to Singapore the right way in one direction, but the wrong way in the other direction. And when we first trialed this technology and we started calling up our carrier to say, hey, you've got a problem in Singapore, the first thing they said is, we don't believe you can see that. The second thing they said was, we don't have a problem. And the third thing that happened was 5 minutes later, it was miraculously fixed. Wireless. We're actually delivering quality of service over Wi-Fi, and we're delivering 30% greater capacity than our competitors with voice and video over Wi-Fi, because BYOD is very important. And finally, security. Do you really want to log into a VPN just because you want to make a phone call and your boss wants to record it for compliance purposes? Our session border controller technology is being used to secure our communication and collaboration. and yet do it in a way that complies with corporate and regulatory policies. Here's a topic a lot of CIOs care about. In video, there's an enormous chasm between expensive enterprise video for the select few and pervasive video throughout the enterprise and the consumer world. What's stopping us from accelerating video inside the enterprise and to communicate with your customers? Part of the problem is what I call the 1964 World's Fair problem. AT&T introduced the video phone, and we thought everybody was going to be talking on video within a couple of years, right, Sheila? Your dad thought he was going to be communicating on video. But the problem then, and even the problem today, is that you had to have somebody on the other end with that same expensive video device. Even applications like Skype expect the consumer to download a big Skype client before they can talk to anybody on the other end. Your customers don't want to download a big client to talk with you. So if we're going to get to pervasive video, we need an application that works from any browser inside or outside the enterprise without the need to download a specialized client. So let me introduce you to Avaya One Touch Video. First thing I'm going to do is I have a video conference scheduled, and I'm going to start with my desktop video device here. And we'll just bring up several people within the enterprise.
Avaya.
I've got several people here on video, but we're supposed to have a customer join us in this call. So to help me with that part of the scenario, I'd like to invite Mr. Frank Castro, our Secretary and Treasurer of the International Avaya Users Group, on stage to help me out.
How are you, Brett?
I'm great, Frank. Good to see you.
How's everything?
Excellent.
Good.
Thank you for joining us.
How's about a little ostrich with that yak?
That would be really good. I like ostrich.
I
That
think
purple meat, yep.
I think that would...
Something wrong with purple meat, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, we've got this video conference going. You're not inside the Avaya network. You're out in the wild someplace. Maybe you're on vacation in Nepal. I don't know. But I'd like it if you could join our video conference. I sent you an email with an invitation. Could you bring that up?
Absolutely. Collaboration made simple.
Absolutely. So Frank's on a browser out in the wild. He's clicked a link in his email. Could have been my email signature inviting you to join me. It was coming up. And there we go. Frank's joined the video. So if you take a look at the what's happening on my desktop video device here, I've got a couple people that are internal to Avaya. I've got Frank on video from Nepal at the Yak restaurant. And he's been able to join me without loading any kind of client to his computer, just basically going directly through the browser. If you think about this application, when I first started the trial at Avaya with this, I got more video calls in a week than I'd received in several months because anybody out there could do a video with me. My customers and my kids. It was great. Even better than text messaging. I've got a couple of other people that I think want to join this conversation. I've got Mr. Katsuhiko Araki from Oryx. They're hosting the Avaya Flare experience, and I'd like to invite him on stage so that we could have a conference here, maybe talk in a little more detail. We've got Bill back. Araki-san, thank you very much for joining me. I was going to invite you to come join the video conference on my desktop video device, but it's a little small, so maybe I'll see what we can do to move this meeting over to the conference room. I've got a little application here called Sessions to Go. It just happens to recognize that I've got an Avaya high-def video audio device here. It's got a video screen, and so I'm just going to send this over to the conference room.
Avaya.
And there we go. We just moved the session from the desktop video device over to the conference room. Scenario that could happen every day. And what I've just shown you here is not just about moving a conference from your desktop to the conference room. It's a concept that allows you to take a session, a multimedia session anywhere, and move it from one device to the next application, and retain the context as you move from place to place. Think about the implications if you were getting up in the morning and you were in your hotel room and you needed to get to the office. You wanted to bring your conference with you. You were able to go from your PC to your Android phone. You were able to choose whether you wanted to bring the audio, you wanted to bring the web, you wanted to bring video with you to the office, bring it on your Android phone, and when you get to the office, you can bring it up on your Mac. So this application and many more we've got both in our booth and in the Avaya Innovation Lounge, so I'd invite our customers to come down and see some of these applications over the next few days. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Great demo.
Thanks, Brett.
I've shown you some very cool applications, but one of the biggest problems with cool applications is they take too long to deploy. How do we speed up the deployment of these applications in the enterprise? Consumer applications, we can get these deployed literally in minutes. But enterprise applications can take months or years. How many of you have been involved in multi-year IT projects to deploy new communications infrastructure before you can get that one application running that the line of business is excited about? Some contact center customers tell me just adding an 800 number, when you add all of the complexity in the enterprise, if you're going to support a new marketing program, that could literally take months. We've got to change that. We've got to speed things up. In the consumer world, we just would download applications from the cloud. Android, iPhone applications, down from the cloud. In the enterprise, we have the exact same opportunity. And in fact, Avaya is not new to the cloud. We have over 3 million ports under management in the Avaya private cloud infrastructure. And that's a business for us that's growing at about 100% a year right now. So that's a very hot spot. Lots of customers have basically said, I've got a heterogeneous network with all kinds of different vendors' products. I need to get to the future. Why don't you wrap it with Avaya Aura? Why don't you manage it and help me move to the future? We have over 2 million Avaya Aura Session Manager seats deployed in the cloud. And we have over 100 million switched ports in the data center. We're also delivering these applications with partners like Oryx, who I just had on stage, who's delivering Avaya Flare as a hosted service, or Salmet, a creative outsourcing provider down in Australia. In addition, we just announced plans to deliver cloud services with Level 3 that I'll talk about in just a minute. And you're going to see many more partners being rolled out through 2012. Today, we're announcing the Avaya Collaborative Cloud. The Avaya Collaborative Cloud framework brings together networking, contact center, unified communications, and collaboration applications. You may want to use collaboration as a service. You may want to download applications to run on your premise, or you might want to use them in a hybrid fashion. You may want to build a private cloud using our cloud-grade Vina architecture, or have us build it and manage it for you. Or you may want to become a cloud service provider and deliver Avaya technology via the cloud. You might be an entrepreneurial business with some really smart developers. You want to build applications. You want us to validate them. You want us to deliver them through the Avaya Collaborative Cloud. If you think about our industry today, we have a problem with innovation. I could take 3 really smart guys from Stanford. They've created some really cool new applications. What's it going to take if I want to get them delivered into the enterprise in a big New York financial firm? Well, they have to hire a sales force. Then they have to convince our sales force that they're worthy, or one of our competitors' sales forces. Then they get introduced to the enterprise. It's a big deal. You can't move quickly like you can in the consumer world. So we're going to make that easy. Avaya Aura and our session management infrastructure make this possible and make it safe and sane to do it in the enterprise. But today I'm going to focus on collaboration software as a service, and we're announcing Avaya Live. Avaya Live is the place you go for exciting new cloud-based applications from Avaya, and over time, from thousands of DevConnect partners. Let me tell you about 2 exciting new applications. The first solution is targeted at entrepreneurial businesses. You've told us that you want to instantaneously receive the same rich communication and collaboration applications, regardless of whether you're a business of a few or a business of many. The solution to this is called Avaya Live Connect. And to introduce Avaya Live Connect, it's my pleasure to invite on stage Mr. Will Butler, entrepreneur, co-founder, and vice president of business development for Unreasonable Adventures.
Good to see you, Brett.
Will, how you doing?
Doing really well. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Hey, can you tell me just a little bit about your business?
Absolutely. So at Unreasonable Adventures, we're all about adventure and speed. We connect travelers from around the world with local and authentic guide services and tour operators in every place they might be traveling to. So,
sounds great. Did you bring a video along that we could see?
We did. If you've got a minute.
Let's run that video.
Let's do it.
Well, that's very exciting.
Thank you.
And I'm expecting everyone in this room to check out that badass looking.
Appreciate it.
Say, how long did it take you to set up your offices with Avaya Live Connect, and why were you interested in it in the first place?
So it really and truly only took us 5 minutes to set it up. And the reason we got involved with it was that, we're a small business with a global reach, and we really needed to be able to stay in touch with our partners in real time.
That's great. We've got a video here we can show how quickly a business like yours can provision Avaya Live Connect on the internet. Let's run that video. So we just go to the Avaya Live site. Design our solution here, set up an account, click to order. You get an email confirmation in the mail. Lets you finish the registration process and select your phone number. Assign the extensions to everybody in your business. Get everything activated. Now we're downloading your client. While that's happening, we're spinning up a virtual machine in the cloud. It's dedicated to your business. Log into the service and start collaborating. Video, conference bridge, find me, follow me, mobile apps, call forwarding, instant messaging, advanced voicemail, and an external phone number for every user, flat monthly rates. Not a business Avaya's traditionally been in, right? So, Will, that's enterprise-grade unified communication, completely self-provisioned off the web, completely scalable, all in 5 minutes. It seems reasonable to me.
Absolutely.
So, Will, while you're in Florida, do you have any other business meetings planned?
Well, since we're in Central Florida, I may cut out for a couple days after this and see if we can't sign up some gator hunting guides.
That sounds like a great idea. Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Brett.
Next, I'd like to talk about Avaya Live Engage. Avaya Live Engage is a new release of our very successful Web.Alive application, our immersive collaboration application which provides an amazing environment for learning, training, and engaging. Today, we're announcing exciting new capabilities such as video for everyone and support for the Mac. To tell us about their use of Avaya Live Engage, I'd like to invite to the stage Dr. Peter Hurst, Executive Director of MIT's Sloan School of Management. Dr. Hurst.
Hi, Brett. Good to see you.
Peter, thanks for joining me.
Thank
you. Peter, thanks for coming. Many people are just learning about Avaya Live Engage. Kind of what was the business case and unmet need at MIT that got you interested?
Thanks. So I run the executive education program at MIT. We work with about 5,000 individuals a year and around a dozen companies to create learning experiences that really help individuals and companies to go through a transformation and really accelerate their success. At MIT, we believe in a really collaborative learning experience. It's high touch, high engagement. And one of the challenges that we're facing is how do we take that kind of experience, which we're used to delivering in the classroom, in the physical world, and move it across borders, across geographies, and replicate that high touch, high engagement learning experience in a virtual sense.
That's great. We have a video playing in the background using Avaya Live Engage. Can you walk us through a little bit about what you find so compelling about Avaya Live Engage?
Sure. I think we have a walkthrough that's about to start up.
Let's see if we've got that video running.
Is that playing?
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so what you can see here is this is just a little walkthrough that we did the other day, which shows some of the features I can see on the screen down here. And you can see that we're present as avatars in this virtual environment. And as we walk around, you'll see some of the kind of the technology and collaboration tools that have been created in this space, which we find very useful. But the one thing that you can't tell from this screen, which is for us a real power tool, is the spatial audio feature. Which essentially gives you the cocktail party effect so that you can walk up to a group of people in this virtual space, and as you walk up to them, you can join that conversation. If you walk up to a group of people over here, you can join that conversation. For teaching and learning, we think that's really powerful.
Sounds like a great experiential kind of learning opportunity.
Absolutely.
So can you speak to the impact beyond executive education at MIT?
Sure. Some people may have heard this earlier this year. MIT announced a new initiative, MIT-X, which has the not very bold ambition of bringing free online MIT courses to 1 billion people worldwide.
Wow.
And we started our first pilot with an engineering course a couple of weeks ago. In 3 weeks, with almost no advertising, 120,000 people signed up for that course. 60,000 of them are actually actively engaged in it. We have 4 TAs and 1 professor teaching that course.
For 60,000 students.
Right. So the whole thing relies on peer learning.
Okay.
And although we're not using this yet in this regard, I think that technologies like this really provide some fantastic opportunities to think about how we re-engineer the learning experience globally like that.
That's very exciting. It's great to hear about the kinds of things you're doing, and I'm looking forward to learning more as MIT takes advantage of these technologies to really accelerate the world of experiential learning.
Great.
Thank you very much for joining me today.
Bye.
So that's Avaya Live, and we are just getting started. You can expect exciting new cloud-based services coming throughout this year and beyond. So what happens when you marry awareness with the cloud? Well, your relevant information, including people, documents, and even sessions in progress, follow you across your devices and your applications. We're talking about a single system that's truly unified, delivering a truly extraordinary user experience. I want to thank all of you for making me aware, and I'd like to continue the conversation. You're the ones who are guiding our innovation, and I look forward to continuing to learn from all of you, the best of the consumer world, to solve the unique challenges of the enterprise collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Brett.
Thanks, Fred.
Just wanted you to know if you actually can make some of the people I talk to more aware. I think you should win the Nobel Prize, not just sell some of these things.
That's the goal. I figure you need to save that first 10 minutes of every hour, too.
I appreciate it. We are running right up against lunch, so I hope you'll join me again in thanking Brett for a terrific presentation, high energy and high content.